What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy. Can't tell you two shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit to man. Turn. Say, motherfucker, day. Straight hood outside. Big Tripp and the gang. Straight hood outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo. Russia do your thing and Texas, man, the fuck up. Each day is the way to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but often never put yourself in a position that don't belong. Let's stay humble. Let's get a revolution on women. Keep Yahweh first. Coming to the black Hebrew Israelite. As a real shoe. We are shoe. Alright. Today, it's motherfucking day. You're hitting outside. Big Tripp and gang, you're hitting outside shit, man. Turn out. And the gang go. I don't know if I did that for the other video. I don't fucking know. True. Okay, man. So, a lot of people have been getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? They've been arresting a lot of black people. Celebrities, regular people. We've been seeing the videos. So we got Marcus Morris. He got arrested for gambling. Bruh, this shit getting wild, man. These niggas making the M&Ms and just fucking it up. So he does an interview about what happened and about his life. So we got the whole breakdown. I hope y'all tell me how y'all feel about the video. Let's get to it. Gang, right here we got Marcus Morris, man. He got arrested. I don't know if it was for fraud, but I don't know the exact reasons. But with this video, we're gonna find out why. Make sure y'all tell me what y'all feel about the video down below. I'm gonna comment and tell you how I feel. Let's get into this bitch. Crew.
On July 28th, 2025. At Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, agents from the Broward County Sheriff's Office took former NBA star Marcus Morris Sr. into custody on a felony fraud charge stemming from an insufficient funds check linked to an outstanding casino marker in Nevada. Here's the thing. This all started in Vegas, where prosecutors say Marcus racked up over $250,000 in markers at two major casinos, the MGM Grand and the Wynn. When those markers weren't paid back, Nevada issued a warrant for felony fraud, and that's what led to this dramatic airport takedown you're about to see.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, which one of you guys is Marcus? Marcus. Could you just come over here?
First off, fuck this.
We don't want to make a scene or anything. We just need to. We're gonna ask you to get the custody. Okay? Well, what's wrong? You have a warrant. We'll explain, but we don't want to do anything in front of the kids. Does it make sense? We're gonna treat you with respect. All right. So just walk this way. Let's walk this way. All right. We'll get it. You'll have an opportunity.
This happened 17/7/25. So I think last month.
Let's walk over here. I got you. We're going to treat you with respect, but we got to do our job, right? I got that until we don't want to have them see you like that. Does that make sense?
You gotta get fuck y'all down, John. Look here at that Moneion.
We're gonna bring you right around the corner over here, so they don't see you going in the handcuffs or anything. We still have to come. Yeah, so I still got to confirm the warrant, okay?
They want these cops, man. They act like they care
We're just going to do it right around this way.
about what we going through.
Alright? I appreciate your cooperation.
They don't give no fuck about us.
Respect. But you have to go in the handcuffs, so my partners are going to use, when we get around this corner, my partners are going to use their handcuffs right here. Go ahead and just face the wall for me. Can we walk up a little further? We're right here. We got to do it right here. Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about us.
So it's not as tight. Hurt your shoulders. I'll get it. Yeah. I don't even know what the word is. We'll be able to explain them more when we get it confirmed. Okay?
I'm about to get that nigga with his twin. Y'all know he got a twin.
No, we're not trying to. He's trying to do that hustle. That's why we have to talk to you, right? We got another pair? I got Jack. Alright. Brewer, can you grab the chair? Man, bro, can you grab the chair over there? I started walking down like that. Well, unfortunately, based off of policy, we can't walk out. We have to actually have you sit down. Sit down where? And the chair. Bro, how am I going to do my mind check? We're supposed to detect. Hey, just going to touch it. Which one? Right here. And then just rotating it so you'll be able to put your hands together.
Yeah, he got some rookie ass cops. These niggas bows on. Yeah, practice.
So he's gonna repositioning it. Cool. It should be a lot more comfortable. So that's not my decision. That's our new agency policy here at the airport. We're trying to figure out what we even doing. I've explained that you have a warrant. We'll be able to go talk to your family and update them. Hang on. One more what? Handcuff? Yep. Where? On the feet. Come on, bro. No. It's the new policy. That's why.
I understand riding in style, but shit.
Never said I had to put cuffs on. That's fine. It's not fine, bro. Three and keep all five. Got one in custody, reference 99. Can you start 1037 Hall? That's door 424.
It's tough.
Thank you.
When did he retire?
Show me switching over to teletype. Thank you, Wi-Fi. Teletype. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you give me 29 on a black man? Talk to you over here so I can explain what's going on. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
All right. So your brother can tell you is he's not going to be traveling with you guys
So
today.
his brother was in him.
Property. I'm going to go through each item with you that he asked me to give it to you, not to anyone else. You specifically. So on my camera, just so you can see it, his wallet, his ID is with us, and one of his debit cards is with us. Okay. All right. Is there a reason why? He wanted to keep it. It's good to have an ID on you and a debit card just in case he does get released or something. He at least has a way to pay for something. Okay. Keeping his cell phone with him, so when he gets out, he has a contact, and we can pull numbers out of it and write it on the paper for him. Okay. He'll be able to make phone calls. So this is one item. I'll hand it to you one by one, but you can use the bag if you want. Solid. Because he's got some jewelry. I know it's probably expensive. This is one of his rings. His necklace. All right.
So my question is, so how would I know, like, you took whatever decision you made on these points?
Damn, bitch.
So right now I'm on our warrant channel to confirm the warrant. Hey, buddy.
Tacky. Go back over there with mama.
Right? One bracelet. Got 3 of them. 2.
Go back over there and we'll mark your mom.
So if you want to use it, I just wanted to show on camera that I'm presenting to you that I'm not taking anything. Yeah, if you want to put it back in there, that's great. So that's the update that I have for you. You guys travel, do whatever you need to do. I know. I'm assuming this is like a family vacation. This is what it looks like.
Damn. Got that nigga before vacation?
Coming over here that he was here, so that's why we knew where you guys were. So I knew who you were. It wasn't like we were like targeting you guys or we looked you guys up.
Is it because he's going international?
That could be part. That could have been.
He just came from Vegas.
So apparently.
Vegas.
So apparently that it could have been that, but also the fact the warrant just dropped like a couple of days ago. So my buddy looked it up, my partner. He said it was like 3 days ago it came. So if you were flying, maybe something wasn't notified, but that's what it was. So he does have no bond.
The thing I know about cops, man,
That's all I got for you.
they add warrants
Broward
like
County Main Jail.
it's for fun. Like niggas ain't got lives. Like we ain't got no life. Like we don't have nothing to do with our life. Like we don't care what happens in our life. Bitch, fuck 12, you got lives. You fucking cop, bitch ass motherfucker. But they got time for y'all retarded ass, dumb ass games. Goofy.
Alright.
You should make me mad.
So he's going to be with us. He's going to be with us. When you look at when he gets booked, which should be in a few hours, it will populate and you can see it virtually on your phone. Where he's booked, the time, date, his charges, his case number. There's no investigation here. It's just a warrant, so he's being taken into custody here. Does that make sense? So I'm not writing a big report or anything like that. The kids are with family. I did when I was walking over here. I was hoping that there was somebody that the kids.
I mean, you got a nice ass song in the background.
Arrest somebody. So that I'm glad that the family's here, that you guys are traveling together. All right. Do you have any other questions? So we're only like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes from the jail, from the airport, but I have the forms in my pocket. I'm waiting on a channel. She's raising me now. Go ahead. All right, I'm going to need a minute, okay? Stand by 1 second. I was talking to Taylor.
Like he was down.
Have a better rest of your vacation.
I mean, y'all fucked up the whole vacation. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's he's going down to the jail now. That I don't know. You're gonna have to wait to hear from him inside the jail whether they're gonna extradite. It says for tradition, but sometimes they can do things depending on the county. They may have a judge do virtual court with him or something. But he may get extradited since he has to wait here until he gets an officer to come pick him up and bring him back to that county. All right.
Fuck, man. This shit sucks.
So they give me a number that's separate than the warrant. So
Nigga, they ain't never put no 2 handcuffs on me. That was hit me with the 1 handcuff.
Watch your head. Knees are gonna be uncomfortable. Switch in as much as you can. All right. You good? Hey, give me the proper issue. I'll talk to him real quick. Good? Seatbelt? Yeah. No. What the fuck? Hey, hold. Hey, tell him crank the AC up. You good? I'm gonna do the proper receipt. I'm gonna just have you unlock your phone so you can see. All right? You good? I'm gonna close the door. You good? No. Hey, just don't take off yet. Blue pass.
There ain't nothing on Goin.
All right, already got that.
Dookie ass Goin.
Hey, don't take off yet, cause I gotta let them notify the jail to shut down the Sally Port. It is what it is. Going on. So I gave your brother everything. I handed it to him one by one. He put it back in the envelope. Most of it
Cut
back
the
in the
fucking
envelope.
AC on.
I explained to him what the deal
time.
was. I said that yes, and while I was speaking to him, they did confirm everything. That you're going to be booked at your Broward County Main Jail. That there is no bond right now, but they are going to extradite. There's a possibility, depending on that county, if they want to do some virtual court or something, they might be able to see a magistrate here, and you might be able to post bond or here, or you're going to have to wait for an officer to come down from there and bring you back. Which is the more likely situation. And again, we treat you with the utmost respect. I appreciate your cooperation. We tried to keep it low key. Yeah, I think you're probably going to end up getting extradited back. And so there's a time frame on it, but they have I think they have 2 weeks to come down and get you or something like that, because they have to schedule somebody to come, and it's minimum 2 people. You may, yeah. You may. Hey, they're ready. Hey, they're ready. You can go. Possible. But I'm giving you as much information of a possibility as I can, okay?
The meantime, you got done this bullshit.
You have no bond right now. That's completely separate. That's separate than what the charges are right now. Okay?
Alright, so Marcus Morris actually does an interview with Real Talk with MJ. So hope y'all get ready. Let's get to it.
What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles. You're listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where we always keep it real. Today we got a special guest. We're sitting down with Marcus Morris Sr., Philly native. Y'all know
We're gonna jump in this and see what's going on.
NBA vet, known for his toughness, his skill, his outspoken nature, and he's really battled with some of the biggest stars in the game, played with some of the biggest stars in the game. So it is a pleasure to welcome him to Real Talk. How you feeling, man? It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good.
Got the palm trees in the back, sunny.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Yeah. So we gotta just talk about just what's the recent days been like for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, people, this is the first thing that they're thinking about right now, obviously. So could you just give the full picture of, what happened in Florida, the airport, and then the aftermath, all of that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I don't really, I felt like it was a thing that happened. You know what I mean? I don't really want to dwell on it or continue to talk about it, right? What I do want to do is more so shine light on just the young brothers that gamble, older people, the older, mature people that gamble that don't really have a problem, but just understanding the dynamics of, gambling, being responsible, what you sign and what you receive, and making sure that, you pay it back on time, because, things like that can happen. It is what it is. I take that on the chin. I'm from North Philly, man. I've been through a lot of tougher shit. But I know one thing that I am not, and that's a fraud. I really could have paid it back on time, and I should have paid it back on time to even having any hiccups like that and things that I'm doing, and my character and my nature, and a lot of people that look up to me, and pursuing career off the court. in the media and things like that. You never want negative press. You never want, people to look at you a certain way. But, we in the world today, man. Well, listen, whatever comes out, people going to have a negative look. People going to take their own stories. They're going to run with it however they want to run with it. That's not in my DNA. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to keep being me. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep going up. And, God got his plan for us and, whatever that may be. And, again, I just want to, shine light on just the younger athletes. Just make sure you're careful with, the things that you're doing and, you protecting yourself and not letting things like that happen to you.
And what does it mean for you to be like a family man? And I was putting that example, like for your kids now, seeing on Instagram, you say, look, I'm just glad I'm back with my kids right now and being a father. So speak on that.
You know what I mean? I'm mature, bro. Like I have values, I have morals in the way I move and, in the way I, approach life, the way I wake up every morning. I wasn't, I didn't have my father in my life. I had figures that help me navigate through times, but I never had my father, right? So I see how much it's important just being away from my kids a small amount of time by being an NBA player, right? Like you can just see different changes and you being there, you not being there. And, it's just something that, their father went through, man. But, I held my head high and it is what it is. I take it on the chin. And yeah, I'm going to tell my kids about this, you know what I mean? Just make sure that they never make these type of mistakes or, I think, if it go down to it and the young people are gambling, I could just be one of the guys that had to go through something to make sure people be aware or athletes or, people of my stature just be aware of, those type of things. But, being a father is most important to me. And, that really, hit home, just talking about being locked up. Like, one of the things that I pride myself on is never, like, going to jail, never putting myself in a position to where I feel like I could be in handcuffs or taking my freedom away. And, so that was the part that I think hurt the most.
And on a lighthearted note, I seen conversation with you and your brother. You were like, we was in the jail. You was coming out. They was clapping. You like to set your feet up. I was the bid. I was cracking up.
Nah, it was it was a funny situation, man. But like, believe it or not, like, and I won't go into anybody's business. It's like people are still good people. You know what I'm saying? No matter like what they might have did or and things that happen because we've all made mistakes. We've all no one's perfect, but just like being in there, just the interaction that they was trying to have with me and making sure that I was cool and knowing who I was, it was good from like a human side, man, from a personal side that people like that's even locked down in jail, like pay attention and understand who you are and where you come from because it could be any NBA player, right? Like,
so did both
I feel like they knew who I was just because of where I came from and, the way I play basketball and, and the trials of me getting to where I got to, you know what I mean? So, that meant a lot more than, me just walking through the jails and me mugging. It was like, it was love and they were genuinely happy to see me get out of there.
That's great. And in journalism is that type of thing too, where it's like, all right, this is who the person is on the surface level, but all right, let me go ahead and like see like the person is and like behind all the records, whatever the case may be. So we like touched on that. How was like life after ball?
Step into a market of fresh
ball because I still have an opportunity to play.
The big three.
I've had sat down with some teams this year, like still having an opportunity to get back out there in the NBA, right? Or, at a high level overseas. It's just more so I just feel like it's just, where I want to be, what I love doing.
You want to spend time with his family?
I don't want to be one of them guys that walk away and still have a lot left in the tank. So, I'm going back and forth with myself on that, right? So, but what I'm doing in journalism and what I'm doing in the media doesn't require me to stop playing basketball. Like, I can still play and still, do stuff for First Take with Stephen A. Do some other shows that we've been going back and forth with me and my brother. So it doesn't take that away from it. It actually amplifies it because then I'm like really right there and I'm still understanding as a player. So I still have the opportunity, man. I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me and my family.
It was great seeing you on Get Up, First Take, shows that I've been watching since middle school, high school, damn near. So that's what's up there. Walk us through like how that all came about, like, cause it's a lot of athletes in the space.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of athletes on First Take. Get Up, like you talking about like the top rated show for that 8 a.m. time slot, for that 10 a.m. time slot. Walk us through that.
Hey man, like it's funny because I never really thought about doing anything like far as podcasts, far as Get Up, First Take. I never had that thought in my mind. I thought I was gonna play last year. So I was focusing on entering my 14th year as a pro. I was gonna be with the Knicks. I'm not gonna go into that story. So my mind was set on that, right? Like when I didn't play and kind of got it dried up. I just try to refocus my energies to other places, and I started getting interested in talking about college basketball, and started there. I did the Big 12 tournament at ESPN. They liked me, took a liking to me. I thought because of just my realness, my swagger, and my real thoughts. Like even if you don't agree with this is what I'm thinking, I'm never just saying it just to say it. I don't have to do that. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So I felt like ESPN and us, we had a really good conversation, and it came about. My agent and my business partner, Yoni Noy, he just was like, man, just try it, right? Like, just try it to see what happened. I hooked up with an agency. They gave me a shot at First Take, and it was just really like a shot. Like, they were just like, yo, just get on, just see, 2 days, see if you like it or whatever. And I'm like, I tried, and then when I got on there, it was just comfortable, man. Like, it just fit. It wasn't even a thing that I was trying hard to do. I was really just speaking from a basketball mind, and I enjoyed myself. And Stephen A. was a class act. Like he really opened up the doors and was just come in here and be comfortable, and kind of just help me through the process. And I take my hat off to that man, because he ain't have to do that. I could have got in there, and he could have just wing it or try it. Like he really was trying to help me, and and trying to kind of critique me. And just the whole ESPN team was like, we think you guys can, be really good, and they were very helpful. So, me and Bro kept doing it, and then it was crazy because Bro wasn't even coming to get on the show. He was more so coming to just support me, and he was just sitting there, and it was like, hey, you want to try it? And he was like, yeah, I might as well. It's something that I know, right? Like, we're real sports guys, like football, basketball, baseball. Like, we can really talk it, you know what I mean? Like, down the line. So it's really more like it's simple. It's just, making sure that you're speaking in the proper tones, right? Like making sure that you're not stuttering, and everybody can hear what you're saying, and you're elaborating the correct way in a certain amount of time. You're not just, a lot goes into all that. And they gave us the opportunity to actually learn and actually mess up and actually critique us and talk us through it, and continue to get better, and hopefully we can continue the relationship.
Nah, I relate to all of that, because starting out having my own podcast and journalism, of course, media is like that public speaking stuff. That's not just overnight. Just like basketball, whatever. Like, and I grew up having a speech impediment or not. Like, it's still practice. To get to that Stephen A. level, to get to that Shannon, whatever level. So you spoke on the mentorship that Stephen A. brought to you. I like that a lot, because folks outside, they see the takes, they see him very passionate, very energetic, but they don't get to really peep how he's mentors certain people that has come on the show, because not only is he a host or somebody on air, but he's one of the executive producers of First Take.
Marcus Moore, man,
that's just
he got
in
a decent
basketball,
career.
man. Like in the locker room, you never really know what vets is in there sticking around and helping the younger guys.
He got some
what I'm saying?
he
We
jumped
don't talk about that. We don't glorify. We only really glorify hot takes and misconceptions of people. But this is a long time. I never really had a relationship with Stephen A. Like, my wife came on, he was very nice to my wife, and he liked me in a sense. When it's basketball, when the lights go on, I'm a villain. I don't care. I'm from North Philly, but when I step off that court, I'm a father. I'm a businessman. I'm very intellectual. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? And I do a lot for my community. I do a lot for my family, but you'll never be able to see that, because this is how I get paid. You know what I mean? Like, I won't give you that edge ever. It don't matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? So you can call me Crazy. You call me wherever you want to call me in between them lines. Once I step out of them lines, I know who I am.
Talked about North Philly. Grew up in Philly as well, West Philly, Overbrook. Talk about your roots in North Philly. Talk about just the battles with your brother. I know y'all had a bunch of one-on-ones together. Or just like the culture of Philly, what it taught you, what you still bring with you to this day.
Hey, like, to be honest, bro, like, Philadelphia is, like, that's our whole background. I played in every league in Philly. I played in all the outside leagues. I played, like, everywhere you can name, right? Like, our goal wasn't to get to the NBA. We just genuinely love playing in front of people that we love, like, proving people wrong. And, you know what I mean? I feel like by us even, like, getting all that into us by the time we went to college, it helped us get to this level. But coming from North was like it was the best thing possible, man, because it was the roots that got me to where I was at. But growing up in the '90s, man, it was just a lot more love than it is now, right? So, like, I wouldn't say easier, but it was easier, right? Like, I was younger, you know what I'm saying? It was more love, like the direction wasn't as blatant as it is now for some of these younger, generational, guys that's in North Philly and in the hood. It was just a lot different.
Back in the day, they kind of had like, okay,
helping pushing me in the
let's
right
get these niggas to play
direction,
football or basketball.
We needed guidance and
And
things
do
like
it.
that because we
Now
didn't
it's
start
like,
really
nigga,
like
fuck
getting
these
into
niggas. Get
basketball
these
until
niggas
like
in the jail cell
our ninth freshman year
or on the streets, nigga. Fuck them.
our ninth grade year. So we kind of started late.
That's how they be
But we
thinking now.
love sports in general, and we fit the mold, so we continued to work. And then when we got to Kansas, I mean, it kind of turned over for us because a lot of people didn't even, it was like when we said Kansas, they couldn't believe we was going to Kansas. Shit, I couldn't believe I was going to Kansas. And getting there and always having that target of like proving people wrong. Like that's just what me and bro always, we always stood on because Philly comes with the good side and Philly comes with the bad side, you know what I'm saying? And the bad side is the hate and people that don't want to see you do it, and then you have a small knit group, that's with you, that's pushing you to that level. And we took that with us everywhere. And going from Philly, going to Kansas, going to the NBA, well rounded with people and knowing how to, talk to people, knowing how to be in any environment and being able to adapt to whoever I'm around, right, and still be myself in these environments and grow and show people who I really am inside. And Philly is no us without Philly.
Are you gonna play in the Rump Classic?
I don't know, man. I'm tired of kicking ass. Like, who the best player? Listen, ask me who the best player that ever played in the Rump. Like, it's me. I'm only 2-time MVP. Like, it's no, like, I don't want to take it from bro, because if I wasn't doing it, it would have been bro. You know what I'm saying? But, I do it because I just love to have the community come out, man. Like, the outpour from the city is just always amazing. And I just feel like when me and bro, playing it, it's better and it's better. And, we're going to bring people out to come see it. And it's a 20th anniversary. I'm just like, it's only right, huh?
Yeah, you gotta slide that job.
It's only right. I need backup this year, though, bro. I'm getting a little bit older.
Yeah, I went. It was either 22 or 23. But it was when it was like Maxi's first year.
Okay, yeah, I think he played with us, right?
Yeah, it was popping. It was popping for sure.
We brought him out, man. We bring him out, man. We bring him out. You already know how we get down.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were surprised about going to Kansas. So, like, what was like the other schools that you and your brother also like were weighing during that time?
All the Philly schools, like LaSalle, Temple, Nova, like you got to give them love. That's our hometown schools, right? And we should just watch other guys grow up, in the city as well, and go to certain schools, and it just, no knock to the schools, it just wasn't producing pros. So we was just like, man, that was just kind of like the backdrop. It's like, can we get to the NBA? Well, not can we get to the NBA? Can it even provide us if we got better in college to to get to the NBA.
That's the
that wasn't
bracelet
what me and my brother was looking at. It was like a
he
mentor of
had in
ours.
the wrist.
And that's what he was basing on our college choice on. You know what I mean? Like, because we would have been okay with going to LaSalle. We would have been okay with like a Temple. Like, that would have been fine for us because we'd have been able to stay in front of our roots. But when he started like speaking and trying to guide us to like these teams, and I think he's seen something that if we did get away from Philadelphia and, you know, get away from what we were comfortable with, it kind of would have helped to get us to where we needed to get to, right? But end of the day, I'm going to tell you a short story. National championship, I never forget it. Memphis, Kansas was playing. We was down to our two schools, and the two schools was Memphis and Kansas. And bro liked the Memphis, and I liked the Kansas. So we was going back and forth like, well, how do we decide on what school? Because we going together, it don't matter. We gonna figure this shit out, right? So I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm down at grandma's house on North Philly, box TV. We in the living room, everybody around. We looking at each other like, man, we gotta decide on what school we need to go to. We're looking at the game. We shake hands. Whoever won, we going to the school. And a lot of crazy shit happened. And Mario Chalmers hit a 3 to take it into overtime. So, you know, that really
That boy Mario Chalmers,
turned our life into what it is now. And you looking at
you on some
14-year
shit if you
pros,
remember
and
Mario
you know what I'm saying?
Chalmers,
It's just
like,
that's been a
nigga.
business around us, you know, our entire life.
He gave me that
Shout out Mario Chalmers, man.
that.
Yeah,
Shout out
it's
Mario
crazy.
Chalmers.
He gave me that Fisher
But we
type.
could have went to Memphis too. I just think it was a different path. Memphis, and then you know, you talking about Kansas. It's just two different kind of, you know what I mean,
That about Chalmers
situations.
is
I'm speaking of something different. Lawrence, Kansas,
his
compared to
personality
Philly.
wasn't like that.
Just like being in college, all of that, like how
I
is
feel like
that
his- I
difference?
feel like his-
Because
his,
you talk about a difference, that's night and day.
His personality could
No,
have
that was nice
brought him a
day,
little
but
bit more. In the
Like I
NBA.
said, man, that was like the best thing that probably ever happened to us when it came to like just being social, just understanding
Sure.
different like cultures, and we wasn't around as many white people. You know what I mean? We was in North Philly. I went to Prep Tri, so it just wasn't that. It just wasn't.
Nigga, I went to a
our
black
environment
school.
Was,
In a black state.
was showing us, right? So
In a
like
black
getting
city.
around them or getting around, in
In the
Kansas
hood,
around, the white people, because it's predominantly white. It showed a different side, man. It was just like, it's not as much hate, you know what I mean? Like, you get to know people, you kind of like tighten up a little bit and try to walk a narrow path, because, coming from where we come from, it's just a lot of negativity. It's a lot of things that's happening, you know what I mean? It's a lot of directions that people push you into, but having your friends and having, certain things that can change your life in an instance. Going to Kansas kind of like grew us up, and I looked at the coaches on the staff was like, almost like fathers, right? Like they were disciplining us. They was making the best out of, making us the best, version of ourselves and the best athletes that we possibly could be. Because there was times I was at Kansas and I couldn't believe it I was doing. Like, I couldn't believe how hard we was actually working. It wasn't even like the shit we was doing. If I said it to like athletes, they would look at me crazy. Like, there's no way I was doing that. And I was like, nah, every day. And I used to hate my coach, and I used to be like, yo, like, why the f is you working it so hard? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense. And then once it started to, you never really kind of see, where things going when it's extremely hard. You always try to look for outs, and you try to look away from it, but then it's always like preparing you, right? It's preparing you for whatever that may be. And ours was the NBA. And when I got, to the NBA and I was able to do certain things, so I stick so long, because nothing, matter of fact, compares to what I did when I was in Kansas. Nothing, as far as working hard. So I felt like it was like almost impossible to stop us.
Imagine telling that to some of the coaches, like, I can work this nigga.
Built that in us, it was tough love. And,
he like, nigga, you ain't doing shit. Nigga, I worked way harder than
that
what
was
you
the
ever
best
could
decision
do.
we ever made.
And to the NBA, 2011, you and your brother get drafted. How was draft night? Like, did y'all have a sense of where y'all was going or all of that, or just walk us through draft night?
Yeah, I never, we just got some twin trip, man. Like, the two teams that drafted us was the only teams that we actually worked out for together. You know what I'm saying? And like, those was the two teams, and Keith knew who he wanted to go to Phoenix, and I knew I wanted to go to Houston. So it was just like, it just happened like organically, man. Like it just, flowed through the draft. And as we, tumbling closer to the two teams, ironically, that we both really wanted to go to, it felt like that. And Keith, he went 13th, I went 14th. But now looking back, and I'm going to say this because I love my draft. I love, my career. I loved everything about it. I love the hardships. I love going to the G League and fighting my way out to making a ton of money. I should have never fucked with Daryl Morey. Like I shouldn't have did. He was in Houston when I got drafted there. And I come all the way back around from all the way there, and he's still on some bullshit with me. So I should have never did that, man. Shout out to him, man, because, he made my career go, in the direction that he wanted to go in. Dictating things. Not going, bro. I'm on the call. Please, can I get back to you?
Come on, bro.
Say what's up.
Oh my God.
That's good. Say what's up to the Real Talk Squad.
Hey, what's up, Brady Bob? All right, go ahead, man. Get up.
I'm talking about Daryl Morey because I ain't gonna lie, like, us in Philly, like, you already know, you in Philly, like, we not rocking with Morey right now. We not rocking with him. We appreciate his draft knowledge. I'm a big VJ guy. I was happy we got him. McCain stealing him in the lottery, getting Maxey. I don't know how he dropped to Philly. So I give him draft, but I just feel like, and most of the people in Philly are like, all right, you gave Embiid an extension.
Man, y'all ass.
When
it makes no
sense. It was murky on if
y'all
he's
had Ben
even
Simmons.
healthy. You get Paul George.
Y'all had Harrison.
Over 200 M's. Now, Paul George, get your
y'all
money. Get your money because Clippers wasn't going to do that. Get your money.
Y'all had James Harden.
What's going on?
Y'all had Butler.
His love is that superstar hunting type of thing. But
PG-13.
What's your thoughts on Moneion? And also to be fair, let me add. There's been a lot of talk on like he be lying to players, like lying to James Harden or lying to like different players. It's always been something. So like, what's your thoughts on Daryl Morey? Just expand on what you already said.
To be honest, man, Daryl Morey is a really good dude, man. Like he's one of those guys that like is just very interested on like how much he tries on like making a team. It's hard to like put my words on because like if I'm smart or if I'm a GM, I want to kind of keep a nucleus together. I kind of want to keep a team together so they have the camaraderie to get to these spots you might lose. When James Harden you lost in the quarterfinals, you kind of want to run that back. He was that close, right? Like that's the only part that I don't agree with the things he do of flipping guys in and out. Paul George, I thought PG fit in Philly. For sure, if he was healthy, I thought it would look better. Embiid is a generational talent. So like, what's the risk of not paying him, right? Like him going somewhere else and not being injured and being somebody else's, dominant force to get them a championship. So it's a lot of risk in not making certain decisions that Daryl Morey has to make, right? So, when it comes to like if I was a GM and put my GM hat on, I think, if I can't win, I still want to sell some type of tickets, right? Like it's still a business at the end of the day. The nucleus that he has now with Maxey, PG, and big fella, everybody healthy. I think that works, right? You don't have no egos. You think they're really good players. It'd be interesting to see the people they actually puts around them with the new CBA. But I just think he tries too far in the future.
I don't think
like,
that
really
y'all got the right type of scheme.
Build
y'all ain't got the winning culture. Y'all didn't get Kobe Bryant.
I don't.
When you were younger, were you maybe you are still now a Sixers fan? I talked to Dion Waiters and he's like, nah, like I'm an Eagles fan now, but like
I thought he was
really
Eagles
like
fan.
kind of like being in the league, kind of just like make it a little bit weird. But are you a Sixers fan or were you one like growing up?
No, I was an AI fan. I never was a Sixers fan. I was AI to everything. You know what I'm saying? No matter what team he went to play on, but I like the Bulls. I was an Indiana fan. I just never was a Sixers fan because I just always felt like they used to, there's no knock to none of the players that played in Philly, but I used to always felt like they were trying to leave him on the island, like they wasn't really trying to get him no great players to play beside him. You know what I'm saying? Shaq got Kobe, like get him somebody that's dominant, like A. McKee and Eric Snow and and all them dudes, they was good players. You know what I mean? They were solid players, but I was, I'm talking about like should have got somebody that can, that can get him over that hump. So no, I never was a Sixer fan, man.
I was Sixers. I'm a Sixers fan now, unfortunately. But I'm an Eagles fan, so it's kind of like it all balanced out. Now I tell my friends, I'm like,
I couldn't be Sixers fan.
It would have been too perfect
because it's
if
like
the Sixers worked out and the Eagles are winning these chips and all this stuff. So
they ain't got nobody.
Cool.
This is the first time I was able to go to game, bro. I was at every game. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. You can't tell me can't read no stats. You can't go back to anything. I was with the Eagles way back then when I came from, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just all about Philly. So I'm on the phone. I know you see me on the phone.
What's your Eagles Mount Rushmore?
Trash. That's who it is.
Players, yeah.
I'm biased, man, because, like, people help us win a chip. People help win the chip, so it's kind of hard for me to say, you know what I mean? If I'm just thinking of just my favorite, I'm gonna go with Brian Dawkins. So I gotta go with B. Dawkins. So, my receiver one is crazy because he wasn't like the best Eagles receiver, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm gonna put AJ Brown up there. I'm just the AJ Brown is just my guy, man. Like he's, you know what I mean? I feel like he get a lot of yards, but we are running offense. I feel like he could probably get some more touches, some more TDs, but like just basing on the system. My QB like Randall Cunningham, man. Like I just what I mean? When I seen Randall, just the shit it made me feel in the '90s, just you know what I mean? That was just he was my guy. So I got Brian Dawkins as a receiver. I got and a lot of people gonna look at me crazy on this, but I gotta say it, Saquon Barkley, bro. Like
hell no.
Like he's different. He's different in his we've had great players, great receivers, but those two for me, and even though it's a short amount of time, like
Mike Vick,
Saquon. You know what I mean? That's just it right there.
I feel like B-Dog is great. I didn't get to see him like in his prime. I was much younger.
This nigga picked motherfucker
I think AJ's like when it's all said and done, like he'll end up being like the best receiver in the franchise. If T.O. played like his whole entire career, like all right, that'd be different. But we already know what AJ is all about. Randall Cunningham, I didn't get to watch him at all. I've seen some highlights, and I got some viewers that's like more like low 20s and they teens too. Could you in the 90s just set up just like how great was Randall Cunningham? Because like we see the highlights. Like just tell us.
Bro, Randall Cunningham was like he kind of like lined it up for like the Jalen Hurts and the Donovan McNabbs. Like he was the quarterback with the swag that was moving, running, throwing bombs. You know what I mean? And that 12 just like if you had that 12 on in the 90s, you was him. You know what I'm saying? It was just the time and difference. Whoever you look at now, you didn't have social media. It was just like a feel that you had because you knew every Sunday Randall, you know what I mean, was coming up there and he gave the Eagles a chance to win. It's just so different now because social media kind of like watered down the experience of like only getting to see somebody once a week, you know what I'm saying, or only getting to see like them step on that field with that certain type of swagger and not like being their lives every day.
I like social media.
You gotta see, you know what I mean?
It's too much
it kind of took it away a little bit, but Randall Cunningham, he was that guy. And I'm in both areas. Like I'm in the area of the social media. I'm in the, I was right on the cusp. I was born in '89, so anybody that came up or that was through there, I would have been able to know.
It's too much gatekeeping.
You know what I mean? But Randall Cunningham for me, like he was the first person that made me started like. Really,
these niggas do whatever the fuck they want to do. Everybody making money except for niggas like us. And they can write whatever the fuck they want to write.
It was,
you know what I'm saying? That's what
it was definitely Mike Vick.
Want to get the experience.
Somebody in my church was relayed to him in some way. So I just remember the earliest memories were like the bombs to Deshaun Jackson. Even even like the way that Shady would like hold the ball. I'm like, oh, he different, and he different. And then like when Chip came and like messed the whole team up, like. Again, I'm not even real. I'm like, dude,
that shit fucked my head up, man. Yeah, when he did that, when Chip came, I stopped being an Eagles fan for like 2 years. Like, I didn't understand what the fuck he was doing. Like, I was like, yo, like he trained all like so-called tough guys we had. He trained all of them. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He trained Deshaun Jackson. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, yo,
he ended up helping y'all niggas.
Like, these the guys in Philly. Like, are you know what I mean? And the one thing that I think that a lot of people forget, you have to have guys that fit the city. Like, yes, people have like, you know, you sometimes you know you might have to deal with some extra shit. That's everybody, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but Philly expresses that. Philly loves that toughness. Philly loves that fight in players. You got to be better at identifying who's going to be good in Philadelphia, basketball and football.
I agree.
You know, think about this. People
like,
live in these places.
In football, I'm still pissed off about CJ being traded because I'm like, he's a dog. Like, talk about Philly personified.
Yeah.
You talk about flipping that switch on the field, on the court, off the field, off the court. That's him.
Right.
That's him. Like, and we gonna see because this second, I've been looking at camp and I'm like, all right, Makuba injured a little bit. Sidney Brown. Now I'm hoping. Like
sometimes, bro, coaches get caught up in their systems. I do know that as a professional player, you get caught up in a system you don't understand about having veteran players. Like, yes, they might do some like. That's a part of the game. Sometimes you gotta throw some shit in the game. Like that's the way. You know what I'm saying? Throw some shit in the game. It ain't going right. We know he gonna make a play because any time we needed a play to be made, dog was coming flying 10 yards out, 15 yards out, making a play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that you spoke on him because I want him to know like the Philadelphian fans, like, bro, they love CJ. Like. You know what I'm saying? I know that happened in the organization, but like Philly fans, along with myself, like I was in disbelief when it happened. But he wanted Chip there, and anytime he able to come back and like Philly always gonna be open arms. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that the Eagles defense needs some veterans. I ain't saying that it got to be like super old guys, but you still need them guys to get taught. Like you still need that player aspect of been there before. You know what I'm saying? Coaches can't teach you everything. Like, coaches can't teach you again, give you experience on that field when the shit not going right for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain level of film and of whereabout you need to be, but then you still need to, like, have them veterans that can get with the young guys, show them, you know what I mean, what's going on. And I thought the Eagles did a great job of that last year, like having Fletch, having all them, teaching all them, keeping them around after he retired, and then keeping, keeping the others around after they retired to kind of be with the players. And you could tell, like, Jay Carter got a great system around, you know what I'm saying? Like, that they got our front four, like, they got a great system around them. And our defense from prior players, players that played, was being able to come back and be around them. And I think that's important on and off the field.
Yeah, like, I agree. Jalen Carter, I mean, I feel like Philly was the best place that he could have gone. Obviously, he had the off-field issues and made him slide in the draft. Otherwise, he would have been number 1 overall pick. He slides to us. It's like all his homies here, everybody in Georgia here, and it was Fletch last year. That was Fletch last year.
Yeah.
Like so that
our Georgia boys be hooping, boy. They be hooping, bro. Like they bro. Like we do a really good job of drafting. I can say that. You know what I'm saying? And like JC dropping to in the first round, like that's sometimes things happen for those reasons, right? Like sometimes people look at it as he this and he that. He got to a great organization that gave him a chance to play, and now when it's time to get that bag, who gonna remember that he dropped in the draft? Like they gonna remember that and gonna be like, damn, now that was a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
I always look at it like that, man. Like one day it might rain, but shit, it's gonna be sunny way more of them days. You know what I'm saying? So,
hell yeah, like guys like N'Kobe and Nolan, Jordan Davis, all these guys,
JD look good. He lost all that weight. JD look good. He lost all that weight for Kent. Woo,
yeah,
man.
26.
Yo.
For sure. I gotta ask you, speaking of like guys getting paid, news today, Micah Parsons requested. I did a video on that. I gotta get your thoughts on Micah Parsons wanting out, because we're looking at this like Jerry Jones at it again, trying to just. I mean, you know how sports media work. Every show is gonna. The first thing they gonna have is Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. So it's like, Jerry, that's what you want, but you're gonna sacrifice your locker room for some clicks and some engagement. You already got the most profitable organization in the world.
Yeah. So in this situation, like, I'm looking at it both. I'm looking at it from a business-wise from Jerry Jones. Regardless of Micah Parsons there or not, I'm still gonna have the most. You know what I mean? The most. Just the star gonna sell itself. It don't matter who you put on that field, right? When you talk about business, when you talk about superstars and Micah Parsons and possibly losing him to somebody, you know, we got our out. I don't know if we can get him, but you know, if we can make some shake, you in trouble, Jerry. You in trouble. You heard me? So I'm going back and forth with just saying, like, you know, sometimes, man, like, players gonna take it in their own hands, bro. Like, I've done what I need to do on the field. You know what I mean? I've been a leader. I've waited patiently. I read everything he said. Like, he's been a true professional. Like, he's even went to war with some of his brothers over that star. You know what I'm saying? And, like, really probably lost relationships and came out and went at cats over that star. And when it's time for you to just do what you're supposed to do, you dragging your feet, man. And that puts a sour taste in his mouth, especially working hard and standing up for Dallas Cowboys. So, you know, if I'm Micah, man, I get where he's coming from, man. Like, I really do. Like, I did what I need to do. I'm one of the best players, if not the best defensive player in the league. I deserve my money. I deserved it on day one. I understood the holdout. You know, you make sure that you become number one and, you know what I mean, get the highest paid. But, all right, enough's enough. We're trying to focus on, you know, next year we're trying to focus on, like, being better and dealing with us the first game of the season, because I don't know why the fuck they gave him that. But, you know what I mean, and just moving forward. But, I mean, it's unfortunate. It'd be interesting to see if it actually happens, though.
Yeah, no, for sure, because I'm still leaning more towards, like, you know, this is all what Jerry want, the attention, and then same thing last year. Dak was about to get traded or franchise tag, whatever. Then they give Dak the bag. So I still think that they'll give Micah like the bag.
I think the Cowboys gonna beat the Cowboys.
The trade scenarios are interesting. Like, my last point before we go with someone else.
So y'all see from Chair, bruh, he got a twin, man. Y'all think his twin just said, hey, let's take me hit ass. They ain't nobody trying to go to jail. To be honest. Yeah, as y'all can see, he was trying to push back past that real quick. I don't know if he don't get hit with that Rico that Gilbert Arenas in. You know, Gilbert Arenas got hit with that gambling Rico. So I don't know if it's part of that or it's just like a whole different type of gambling that he got hit up with, man. But yeah, man, so we gonna see what they gonna do. Hopefully he don't have to go to jail. And shit, hey, we just see what went down and what's going on. I didn't know he retired, but he basically about to retire. He's still young though, Tripp. So hey, we don't know. We gonna check it out more though. Hope y'all like to subscribe. Let's get into the hood and outside, big Tripp gang outside shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.